In today's video, I'm going to be making this box to hold my bass amp on top of my bass cab. Thought it'd make things a lot easier for playing and for recording, which I almost never get to do because it's always such a hassle. So what I did is I just took the measurements for my cab, got them the same width, figured out how tall these two things were. I actually originally had put in extra space, but I decided to make it smaller. You'll see that. And now I'll always have a place for these things to be connected. When I want to record, all I need to do is bring my computer, plug it in, and I'm ready to go. I measured about 8 months ago, and I've kind of changed my mind on how big I want it to be, so I'm going to recut it, make it a little bit smaller. So come along while I measure it up and cut it down and stuff. I measured from the blade to the back of the flat part here on my saw, so I know that it's going to line up. And now I'm going to make the cut. After checking out where it's going to be in my office, it's too tall. I want it to be shorter. So I'm going to cut it down to 17 centimeters. Just 4 centimeters doesn't seem like much, but it's kind of getting in the way. We're good. This rear panel is going to be almost completely open, give me access to cables and stuff. So I'm just going to draw a line and cut that out with my jigsaw. I'm just using the thickness of my ruler to determine the sides of my borders. Just simple, line it up square. I'm just going to trace around and get the borders the way I want. I use some boards here to extend my clamping surface area. Also keeps you from dinging up the edges of your project. Oops, blew out the back there. You don't want to blow out the back. A piece of scrap board back there. This is the first hole I did with nothing behind it. You can see it's all blown out. This one had that scrap piece behind it. It's a lot nicer hole. Now the fun part, cutting stuff out with the jigsaw. There's no exact plans for this build because I'm just building what I need. I was filming, my battery died. While I was charging it up, I just forget it and I glued it all together, and I'll just kind of catch you up right now. What you're not seeing is the shelf that's going to go here, and the top is not on yet. I've sanded it. I'm going to sand it down one more time. Then I'm going to stain and finish this as it is here, and the middle shelf and the underside of the top. I'm going to stain all of those areas and finish them. Then I'm going to glue the shelf and the top on. I put 2 coats of water-based stain on here, and it's raised up the grain in a few spots. So I'm going to take my little sander, kind of smooth it out, and then if it needs it, I'm going to put on a little bit more stain. The ends of this cheap plywood, it's the only plywood I had available, the ends of it are splitting when I've been sanding it. And it's really annoying to have it all chip out like that. I'm not exactly sure how to fix it, but what I'm going to try is to take some crazy glue and just kind of pour it in here around the end grain of this top layers where it's splitting. So I'm just going to put 1 coat of oil on everything. Then together, put on a second coat. I don't think the inside parts are going to need that much oil, so they'll just get that one regular coat. Check if you've missed anything or forgotten it all. Just kind of tilt the wood. If you've seen any spots that are not shiny, that's where it needs oil. Oiling a piece of plywood. Some people would say that's putting lipstick on a pig. If you like lipstick on a pig, you like lipstick on a pig. Nothing like a beautiful fall morning to work outside and have a cup of coffee. Alright, wet sock, tight bond, lots of clamps ready to go. You know what? I made a boo-boo. I oiled this whole top. I'm going to go around the edge here with some sandpaper, just scruff it up so the glue can hold better. I'm just using some really aggressive sandpaper here, 80 grit. I know there's a debate about glue. Do you have to put glue on both pieces of the joint or just one? A lot of really good woodworkers out there say just one is fine. I'm not a really good woodworker, but I guess that's why I like to put on two, just to be sure. I knew this one was going to be a glue joint, so I didn't put any oil on this one. Got some 400 grit sandpaper. I'm gonna give it a really light go over. I'm gonna put another coat of oil on it. Call it a day. Sandpaper's cheap. Scratching up your project would be a waste. Throw away your sandpaper, change it off. I diluted it a little bit with some mineral spirits, and we're gonna just put a really light coat of oil on it here at the end. I think possibly my drill is dead. Wah, wah, wah. I think it's time to buy a new drill. Gonna miss you, buddy. And since my drill's not working to pre-drill my hole, old fashioned, just use a punch. So I got my hole started. Let's bring this guy home. Then I've got like a recording station, my amp, got my interface, and I'll have my computer, got my bass guitar, got my electric guitars, I got my guitar Lely. Next thing I need to do is put a little hanger here so I can fit a beer. Then it'll be perfect. When I put the feet on, I made them so they fit just snug right up against these. Bass amps can make a lot of vibrations, so you want to keep it as steady as possible. Also, I did the whole thing with just type on glue. I didn't use any screws in it except for the feet, of course. And I'm glad I did that. It's a little extra work. You have to do more clamping and you have to do some more prep work. You can't just like boom, 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 and I'm done. If you want to do it that way, fine. More power to you. I don't trust myself getting the stupid hole straight, so I used the glue and I took the slow route. I hope everyone really liked this video. If you did, hit that like button and the subscribe button down below. That would really help me out. if you don't want to miss any future videos, hit the notification bell while you're at it. Side note, I've started a second YouTube channel dedicated to gaming, making of tabletop miniatures, painting miniatures, modeling techniques, and all sorts of things for tabletop wargaming. If you're interested in those kind of things, or if you want to check it out, the new channel is called Brian's Hobby Space. Go on and check YouTube search bar up here, and if it doesn't pop up first, just scroll down a little bit. It's a new channel. It might not be the top listing yet. Hopefully, with everybody's support, I get a lot more subscribers and grow that channel as well as this one.